Another day, another glitch production series. The Gaslight District. The world is flooded and people live in what looks like Dante's Inferno. Humanity's become sick, twisted zombie things because of the influence of the Black Hand, or maybe it's Timaeus Mora. And because of the big Lovecraftian obelisk, everyone is immortal and does just about whatever they want. But there's a prophecy a human will be born of an angel's egg with black blood, as opposed to the purple blood everyone else has. And after that exposition, we get into the first part of the episode, introducing the main characters, the Smiling Dead. Mud, the family friend who's Australian and melting. Breadhead, a bread golem played by Gabriel from Ultra Kill, which is pretty ironic what happens later.
The insignificant fuck!
The main character, Mel, played by the same person who plays Sin in Murder Drones, and Ken the Butcher, who's the father to Brett and Mel. And because it's glitch production, despite being indie, the animation is ludicrously good.
Breadhead, since you were just a bun in the oven, you've been nothing but good. But your sister...
Despite being CG, it's clearly trying to look like stop motion with very exaggerated movements.
Get back in here, you little brat!
They're in a car chase after Jack the Rat over a blood color dispute because, yeah, Mel's the human. So he knows too much, so they go full gangster and cement shoe him. After a sea shanty the next day, at the butcher diner where they only serve the finest of flies, Mel is very bored, so she really wants to join the crew. But Ken says no. She's not as durable as everyone else is, not as run down as the Zoom-Ims from SpongeBob. But she's got a plan to go to a different hell fanfiction, climb up the literal staircase to heaven next to the cool S, grab the human egg from a stupid angel mom, and smash it like the state. But also, their virtue is up there. But Ken really does not want to get caught and sent to the bottom of the Inferno, Toledo. So private meeting, and she just wants to steal an angel egg and pretend it's a human so she can just live her life. But Ken has to remind her that they were chasing Jack because she had an anime nosebleed while looking at some girly mags. And then she just straight up told her boy toy who told someone else, and now there's a bunch of immortals at the bottom of the sea who are constantly dying and respawning forever. But Mel convinces Ken with sexy Squidward and the fact that you will take all the credit for it. So pinky promise, you won't leave my side. So they get into motion, literally passing Dante's Inferno sign. So given that, Paradise Lost might actually just be limbo in Dante terms. And even in heaven, everyone's disgusting zombie things. So it's not actually that impossible to sneak in. Except for the virtues like this one, Diligence, who I guess is the Archangel Michael, and speaking of, the hero of Kvatch plays him under a bunch of voice filters that they could have gotten anyone else to do.
We are pleased, and you are a filthy, rancid rotling. You may proceed.
They're like cyborgs, I guess, and damn, that's some Murder Drone level of hip. They managed to proceed into, actual heaven, I guess. Suiting up, Mungus. Before you question how would they not notice a giant living bread person, he's being used as angel bait because angels are birds. Bud takes out the security cameras, which is operated by Joshua, who recognizes him.
3, 2, 1.
Mel just wants her dad to be proud of her, but he's taking a pit stop, telling her to wait just at the staircase, as we meet the other virtue of the episode, Temperance, who I guess is Cassiel, who's with a Thane. So Ken storms in, and despite Temp saying he kept his promise, Ken still attacks him and eats his brain. Setting 2D fire to the place, apparently Temp was the one who hatched Mel. Meanwhile, she finds the literal staircase and her plans get sucked up. Climbing up to, I guess, actual heaven, finding the angel mother, which is a big vulture, and she knows Mel has black blood already. Grabbing the egg, but she reminds Mel that she's a human that's gonna purge the earth. But Mel says nuts to destiny and gets out of there. Everyone quickly meets up and races out of there. Brett then snorts some yeast, which makes him Hulk out. For a second, you can see a zoom in, I guess, his brain, and with the yeast, it expands, I guess, his alchemical, how he was made. They make it out of there with one tussle with Dill and a Coraline hand.
Me! A member of the Smiling Dead!
Making it back down to Gas Town, they have a big ceremony. They're gonna smash the egg and it hatches. And everyone is very disappointed. This was a really fun pilot. Can we just call this kind of subgenre Gaslight Punk now? All the Smiling Dead are really fun characters. Ken's relationship with Mel feels very genuine. Despite him being really gruff and yelling at her a lot, he truly does care about her safety. As she's an adorable little gremlin person, they just feel like genuine family. And this might just have the best animation out of any Glitch production series. And as a pilot, it does a good job setting up some mysteries for a show, like what is Ken and Temp's relationship? What is that thing Temp was messing with? How does it connect to the human egg? Ken is scared of going to the bottom of the Inferno, treachery, and why is that? He clearly has connections to the virtues. Did he steal Mel's egg and left heaven? Why did he do that? We see a note in the meat locker, who is Honora. Are they going to keep the baby angel? And of course, how long are they going to keep up the secret about Mel? The only real problem I have with the pilot is Brett and Ken's voices are these kind of gruff, kind of voices, and they sound way too similar. And sometimes their voices are so gruff and growly, it's hard to understand what they're saying. I really enjoyed this pilot, and I look forward to the next episode. 9 out of 10. Let me know your guys' opinions in the comment section below, as well as hitting that like button and the subscribe button.